because he's much more aggressive offensively, which has helped the Spurs.
Nene is coming for Qatar. He is coming for Mills. Harden is back in. The Rockets -1. With Harden on the bench. Free Green. What a start.
What? No, let's play on. So here we are. Jazz with a full-time 2:20s. Neither team with a foul to give. 5-point game. Hayward picks up ball, slides it to Redick. He's been hot in the fourth. Drives to the rim and in. It's JJ time. Well, they got Redick.
Solid. You put 33 points on the board, shot over 50%. What are the things that go into getting back into this?
Defense. Got to get a stop.
Thank you, Steve. Mike.
Did a terrific job in his minutes, giving help on defense, getting back to contest. As West takes it and igniting some good.
On Avery Bradley, who missed 24 games with an Achilles injury, missed a good chunk of January and February. And go up top. After a loss against Atlanta in late January, and then immediately after that, Rondo sticking up for some of the younger players. And as Fred Hoiberg told us earlier, that really pushed everything to the middle. They had to have a conversation. That's Crowder, a top basket.
He knows that he's not going to overpower Marcus Smart. Much more difficult to drive the basketball against him. Just create a little space for that rhythm jump shot.
Beal has made 6 shots in a row. He's got 23 points. Horford, one-on-one with Gortat. The hard drive, sweeping move. Horford gets the run.
That's a design play out of the timeout by T. Lue. Very effective, getting LeBron James coming off the screen with his right hand.
And they're going right back to that Kevin Durant post-up or ISO.
And Durant, tough shot.
When he catches the ball in the elbow area, he's not trying to score. He's thinking pass. He's so dangerous as a passer from that spot.
Durant shoots over James.
And the next run's going to determine a lot in this game. If Golden State gets out again by 20, hard to come back. If Utah can get this to a tie game or even take a lead, so the next run's huge. Who's it going to be, Golden State or Utah Jazz?
And Kevin Durant, a little turnaround fadeaway. That is 10 from the field.
One thing the Warriors doing very well is disrupting LaMarcus Aldridge's rhythm on post-ups. Not a double team, but a time double team.
Durant, wide open three.
Traditionally come out in a high-octane first quarter. We did not do a good job making sure we got back in transition, making sure we got to the shooters. Again, we missed some good looks. We got to continue to play through there.
Not something that they want to do.
George defending James. A swinging wide open shot for Kevin Williams for 3.
The shots, though.
All the time.
All the shots.
All the time. This is so sad. Here is James.
There it is.
3.
There it is.
Bench. With Harden still resting here, that's when your offensive unit, like Andrew and McDermott, can do a nice pass there by Westbrook to Adam.
But, we just got to play better. We didn't play hard enough first half. We picked it up a little bit, made some big shots, so it's going down the wire.
Westbrook got himself.
Why he's going deep is because this game wasn't going well.
Correct.
And Dunleavy in there now. Ilyasova's been great. And Bazemore's the guy that's trying to get going.
Afternoon game on Sunday. Not as much preparation as I'm sure the coaching staffs would like. Gortat down low, gathers, and scores the first bucket.
Well, that's a sentiment shared by many, but you're not going to have a tie unless it just works out where as Wall scores here in a 16.
To do so there may have just put the Wizards in a situation where they're going to look at themselves going back home 2-2.
All 5 Atlanta starters have scored in double figures. Bazemore and Calderon have come off the bench to score double digits as well. Wall accelerates. He got bumped. Lays it in and a foul.
Me down in the woods at Oregon somewhere and find me. Hayward.
Before the game, I don't want to put any undue expectations on this team. I don't want to tell them the magnitude of the game. I want them to go out there and play energized and play hard.
Here trying to get Kimbo inside, and he finds a quick 2, and he works.
On the road with a win. All 3 have failed. Will tonight follow suit, or will they change their ways? Antetokounmpo works on Jamari Carroll. Look at the defense by Carroll.
Oh, great defense by Carroll.
And then a nice spin with
Washington's very good.
Boston and Washington have split. They split their 4 games this year at 2-2. Those two haven't played.
The Spurs down by 19. On the verge of their season coming to an end as Kyle Anderson.
Kevin Love as he checks in.
He's got to play more minutes here in the second half.
Kelly Olynyk, who had that sensational game last Monday, Game 7 of the victory over the Wizards. Nice pass inside. And
player like him from beating. He's got to stay aware. You know, he's getting his points off of loose balls, offensive rebounds, in transition. So we got to do a better job of knowing where he's at. All right, thanks for your time. Mike.
And Ian Clark. You don't have Livingston, you don't have Barnes, and so Mike Brown's down a few bodies, even with the big lead. And Alec Kraft hit
for an NBA player during the regular season.
You know, up until that last shot, he had only 5 points. Yet San Antonio was still even a tie, and that was because of Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili chipping in with 18 points.
Vince Carter answers back with.
Feeling it right now, and you still have Gasol, who hasn't done a whole lot lately, but we know he's there.
Zach Randolph right now in cold storage with 4 personal fouls, and the Memphis bench.
They're hoping he'll play at some point in the series. McCollum drives and finishes. Goes right at it.
Okay. Portland tacks on a free throw, and they get possession. 7 minutes later, we're back to playing basketball. That's the bigger point. Why did that take so long? McCollum from deep.
Meanwhile, Cleveland getting big numbers from their stars. James down the lane and lays it in.
To Loss has his second straight triple-double. 21 points, 10 boards, 11 assists. Eric Gordon, they leave him open. He needs to see this drop.
Yeah, he really does. Test, and how about the focus to get that finish?
It's an 11-0 run for the Hawks. We are tied at 69. Beal with the catch, the release.
Careers, not the big-name schools. And one was drafted 6th, one was drafted 10th, and now the 2 highest scoring backcourt in the NBA.
And you know what's strange, Mike? In today's NCAA climate, both guys.
He's 4 of 10. Ian Clark and Draymond, David West, Iguodala, McCaw. David threw it in a crowd. McCaw finished anyway.
He's in double figures. He's got 10. Same number of points off turnovers, 10. A 6 turnover advantage didn't yield him anything.
Klay Thompson, and that's a great sign. They have to have the. So Draymond with David West, Ian Clark, Klay, and Iguodala. Klay, he's got it. Right.
It's a wild game. I mean, it's really small. They're coming after us. The floor is wide open. As long as we just take care of the ball, we can get good shots.
You see regular season and playoffs. They are just not just an unselfish team, but so many players, including the guy with the ball, David West. He had a 7-assist game. There's right on cue a beautiful pass. Even the big men can pass.
In the last 7 minutes and 27 seconds, they went 2 of 13. The defense has been superb, night and day from game 1.
Al-Farouq Aminu from deep.
2:21 to go here. Westbrook in this quarter has 14. The Rockets as a team have 12. The Rockets have gone now scoreless last 3 minutes. Harden, 3.
And you knew at some point in time. Much better scoring balance here in game 3 for Oklahoma City. 5 guys in double digits. Harden contested 3.
9 minutes in that game before exiting the arena and going home. This is a big possession here now. If you score now, you've got to put big time pressure. Redick, can he finally get one? Yes, there it is. One down.
Trying to close this out. They have a 3-2 series lead. If Atlanta wins this game, game 7 is Sunday in Washington, D.C. Boy, don't want to leave him open. 3-pointer for Bogdanovic.
Through January when Gasol was injured. And then Lee took his place in game 4. Anderson 3. Hitting right there.
Porter, what turned this thing around?
Well, Westbrook started hitting shots. We've had our opportunities to make some shots. We didn't make them. And eventually he's going to go off, and you got to put him away. We just didn't do it. You know, you're going to keep shooting.
Mike Brown coaching his 5th straight game, filling in for Steve Kerr, still on an indefinite leave. Rodney Hood looks for an opening. Utah's points in the first quarter, 21 in game 1, 15 in game 2, and just 17 in game 3. Joe Johnson lets it go and knocks down.
And just to give you a little perspective, one of the celebrities on the side of the building before John Wall and Bradley Beal were featured was President Barack Obama. So it's a huge deal. The city's loving every minute of it.
Back in it with 2 and change left. And we keep talking about this reoccurring theme, but DeRozan and Lowry only 3 points combined in the 4th. It's not an indictment on them. We know they're capable of playing big, and they got to do that here down the stretch. This is Ibaka. Off-balance shot. Somehow puts
3 minutes and gets stops. They're back in the game.
All right, Sophia, thank you very much. Bucks have trailed by as many as 15. Here's a little matchup change. Chris Middleton off of Norman Powell. He's on DeMar Carroll, who's an easier guy to find defensively. Here's DeRozan with 7 to shoot. Off the dribble. And good.
Held in check now for an extended period of time.
You wonder about that last foul. Was that a frustration foul? He still plays this end of the floor.
Behind Gasol, fortuitous to Carter, who cashes in. Check in with Cassidy Hubbard.
Thanks, Ryan. I just spoke with David Fizdale about Tony Parker's big second quarter, and he says he's just showing the will of a champion. You got to expect that out of him. He says he does not like the offensive rebound, saying Powell is killing him. He said that the key to this game is the line of scrimmage, and they can't get away from that. I also spoke with Vince Carter, made some history. He's the first 40-year-old to make 3 or more three-pointers in an NBA game. And
playoffs. These two going head-to-head, and
right now, this second unit, there's pressure on the second unit for Memphis, and to keep Gasol out there, and that's just unbelievable.
Boy, he
by 8. Now,
2:14 to go.
You're a Utah Jazz fan, you're happy right now. Your starters have scored 20 points, but your bench people have scored 21. That's great chemistry and good movement with the second unit.
Joe Ingles. Talk about Gordon Hayward struggling. J.J. Redick's been struggling from outside. That's unusual.
In the series, 5 of 14 from the floor is Redick. Here's Hayward, his first shot.
The dribble. And there's so many people, the conversation with Mike and I had the other night was, he was saying how they got to revisit it and look to change the rules. I don't think you punish these offensive players that make a brilliant decision, putting you in a tough position.
Gobert, Ingles, and Hill. Jazz in their home whites. The road blacks for the Clippers. Gobert at distance.
Only 6 points for Hayward.
Gobert inside. Challenged by Amute, but he
9 games for the Jazz.
Incredible. What was the stat? Is it 162 minutes that their original starting 5 has actually played together over the course of the season, and yet they've still had the success they had. Came down to the last game as to whether or not they were going to have home court in the first round.
Raymond Felton sticks the jump shot.
Healthy going into the playoffs, obviously the Gobert injury once again in game 3.
When you get done with all the injuries and all the patchwork, it helps you at the end. Right? Hood started 55 games for Quinn.
Largest lead is 14. It's an 11-0 run for Utah right now. Spates against Johnson. No Spates with a tough-looking fadeaway. Guy who averages.
Hey, Coach, we're both shaking our head because these are some difficult shots Mike Conley is making look easy. Those are floaters.
Leonard with the left hand with the
last year's finals. First couple of games just subpar, and then he erupted, much like he did in game 3 and here in the first half of game 4. Green to Livingston gets free, and an easy bucket for the Warriors.
back comes Isaiah Thomas. Yeah, we're looking for the Celtics to get back to their game. By that we mean cut down on the turnovers. You're averaging over 16. Also the fact that get to the foul line, you're the third best foul shooting team in the league, shooting 80%. You've already
hard cuts, even though they were up 40 plus.
The little things they paid attention to.
And they maintained that 40-plus lead. Jaylen Brown has come on for the first time. Horford hits. Magnificent game 4 with LeBron picking up the 4 fouls in the first half.
spectacular 15 for 22, including 4 3-pointers, career high of 42. Remember, had 41 against Golden State in Game 5 of last season's finals.
Points to begin this game for Washington after his rough Game 2, in which he shot 4 of 15 from the floor and had 6 turnovers. Brad Stevens sort of anticipated that Washington would try and get him going early as Bradley turns the corner
on a consistent basis. It's a good question. Sometimes players, Iguodala knocks down another three-pointer. Finally,
watch for Korver coming to that left corner here off a 3.
And it's LeBron who gets the inbounds pass. That was easy and a lot
easier. Coming up next. Bertans. Oh, what a nice catch and putback.
Ginobili to inbound. Green has come in for Simmons for the Spurs. Into Leonard, broke free, the hesitation. It was deceptive, and it worked.
3-point shooter, watch out for him. Got to get it in. Hill, 3 for 3. Got it! 1-point game with 7 seconds to go.
Great.
Go to Horford. Thomas comes around to get it. On the move, back to Horford. Little pick and pop. Oh, the glass.
Jerebko will look to throw in. Smart. Play by James. 5 seconds remaining. Bradley. Bounces home. The area. Warriors hoping to make it a sweep. San Antonio looking to hold on as Bradley with the drive kicks it out. Jerebko. Yes!
Going for him with no Isaiah Thomas. Marcus Smart, Al Horford, Crowder, Bradley. They've all made big shots throughout this game tonight, so you can't focus in on one guy.
Horford feeling for Thompson. Squares up, goes right at him, and scores!
Shot. If Boston wins tonight, they take on Cleveland. Bradley, 3 for 3! How about that one? It's been his alone with his coaching staff. I like Chris Paul taking this shot.
He'll bring the ball in to Blake Griffin. Griffin, the handoff, goes to CP3. He'll drive, off the glass, high ball again.
And they're going to will trigger in with Daniels, Conley, Gasol. Here comes Conley. Tie game in overtime. Gasol will turn his heat. It's gone! Memphis on top!
53% from downtown for the Bucks. Terry inbounding. Lowry will defend that. Off to Middleton. Pick up by Tucker. Outside. Terry 3.